I want to do with the Emily Awards this year? I want more categories, more details, more videos.
How many videos?
I'm thinking 7 days of videos.
On the
first day of the Emily Awards, my true love gave to me a baby falling stuff off my tree. Hey everybody, welcome to the Emily Awards for 2017. I am so excited. I don't think I've ever been this excited for the Emily Awards because I kind of rethought the process this year and I decided I really wanted it to go super in-depth, a lot of info, lots of videos, just kind of breaking it up a little bit more as we go along into 7 different categories of videos. I really did have fun with the top 10 concept the last couple of years, and I did think it was a nice way to sort of sum up some of the top products of the year in a very, neat and easy way. But this has kind of left me craving the old way that I used to do it, which was a high-end and a drugstore favorite for every category. And then I thought, well, if I want to do this in the way that I feel is exactly the way it needs to be done, there needs to be a lot more categories. For example, when I think about naming a best foundation, you got sticks, you've got full coverage, you got lighter coverage. They could all be great, but it's apples and oranges. You know what I mean? They're so different, and I think that needs to be addressed in its own category. So as I found myself making this big long list of every single category that I found necessary, I thought I'm gonna need to break this up into more than just 3 or 4 videos. So we're doing Emily Awardsmas this year. We're gonna do 7 days of it. And my hope is that these won't be too long and drawn out, but just kind of to the point, the info you want. You can find exactly what you want very easily. If you're looking for a primer, you can click this video. If you're looking for the best eyeliner, you'll know what video to go to for that, and it'll just be very easy and very user-friendly for everyone who's just wanting the info. And you can probably hear it in my voice, but I am kind of sick today. I've got a cold, so I'm thankful for something like this project that gets me up and excited and so raring to go. This video specifically, we're going to be talking about primers and foundations, and I've got 6 different categories that we'll be going through in this video alone. And so the first one is just for primers, and I'll go through my high-end favorites first, then the drugstore. For high-end, it's the Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing. I think there are a lot of primers on the market that claim a pore minimizing effect, and a lot of them tend to be kind of dry, chunky, maybe, eventually they smooth into your skin, but this one, right out of the gate, right out of the tube, it feels really nice and smooth. I love using this around my nose. Anywhere I might have some fine lines, I feel like it creates a really nice canvas if you've got texture issues on your skin. My drugstore favorite really snuck in here very recently, and I've just decided I think this is a fantastic primer. And this one's more on the hydrating end. So if you're a dry skin person, maybe you're someone who feels like as the day goes along, your foundations start to look drier and more cakey, this would be a nice step to pair with really, I think, any foundation. It's the Maybelline Master Prime Hydrate and Smooth. This is a new release in their line, and I tell you, the texture on this is fabulous. It feels kind of like you've double moisturized, but yet you've also really smoothed out and kind of evened out the texture of your skin. And that's a huge thing with primers. Next category, BB creams, CC creams, tinted moisturizers. My high-end favorite, probably no surprise here, you've heard this mentioned in Emily Awards videos in the past, but it's the IT Cosmetics CC cream. This one's about gone. Love this product so much. It's a fantastic multitasker. It does the CC cream thing so well. It's got an SPF 50 in it. The coverage is just so foundation-like, but yet this can lump together your steps of coverage product, moisturizer, sunscreen. You're getting it all in one. My mom is a huge fan of this product. Even my dad will put this on sometimes. I mean, it's just so good. I love the pump because I can consistently get the same amount that I think I need every time. I wear medium in this most of the year, although right about now, this time of year, not out in the sun quite so much, and I'm probably more toward light. But I've just had really good luck with this product. I think it looks beautiful on the skin. If you like more of a glow, you might check out the Illumination version of this product, but it is a fantastic CC cream. For my drugstore favorite, I'm gonna go again with the Rimmel BB cream. So this has been mentioned in the past also in Emily Awards videos. I have this in light medium. This has an SPF of 15 and it says up to 24-hour hydration, evens out skin tone. You know, this is not as full coverage as the IT Cosmetics, but I think it's one of the better coverage BBCC options in the drugstore. Another one that I've been playing around with recently, kind of revisiting because I reviewed it quite some time ago, is the matte BB cream from CoverGirl. And I do really like the way that looks on my skin also, but it doesn't have any SPF in it. And so I think for it to be a successful BB cream or CC cream product, it has to combine the moisturization, the coverage, and the SPF. This definitely does that if you're looking for that light coverage step to your makeup. A time in my life that I think this would have been so appropriate was when I was just starting out with makeup, right? And you don't really want to bounce right into full coverage foundations and all that kind of thing, but just something really light, easy to blend across the skin, either with your fingers or a brush. This is great. Next category is light to medium coverage foundations. I was so glad to really be able to break up the foundation categories here because it is, as I said, apples and oranges. There can be great light medium coverage foundations. There can be great full coverage ones. And when you start choosing one over the other, it becomes less of a, you know, I'm going to just put out some recommendations and more my personal preference, which you may or may not care about that much. My favorite high-end light to medium coverage foundation is, no doubt about it, this just hopped right onto the list immediately, the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Water Fresh Makeup. And I wear this in 2N1 Desert Beige. My friend David recommended this to me and I was definitely skeptical when something with the Double Wear name is also being called Water Fresh. I'm thinking, I want my coverage, I want my staying power, but this amazingly, for as liquidy as this product is, it's so liquidy, like you hear it shaking. It's super duper thin, guys, yet it does maintain some coverage and just the freshest, most beautiful finish on the skin, and it lasts. I have been so let down. The main way I think I've been let down by these really, really thin, lightweight foundations is the staying power. They just can't hang on the skin. This one can. I would encourage you to check out my full video that I did on this product. As with all the rest of this stuff, I will link below if I have more information, but this is really fantastic. Now, I struggled a little bit more with my drugstore winner in this category because I just feel like there are so many drugstore foundations that fall into the light medium coverage zone, right? And there have been some good ones that I've tried. And in these past few weeks, especially as I've been honing in on the Emily Awards, I've been revisiting different foundations and I've settled in on one that I surprisingly really, really like. And it's the Infallible Pro Matte. I think when I first got this, I probably got the wrong shade because I do have two of them floating around in my drawer. But this golden beige is what I'm wearing right now. And I think this is a really beautiful looking foundation on the skin. Some people might think this is full coverage. To me, it's not. It's definitely in a different conversation from the things that I'll be mentioning in a second here in my full coverage category. And L'Oreal does make a full coverage foundation, by the way, that Infallible in the little bit skinnier tube than this, and it's a very potent foundation. Takes a little work blending it into the skin. This is thinner. This is a pretty liquidy consistency, and it is described as a demi-matte finish. So it's nice about looking kind of natural on the skin. No super radiant shine coming from it, but when I use just the right amount, not overusing the product, it's such a beautiful look on the skin. If you don't need the fullest of the full coverage, this would be a great thing to go for, and I've actually enjoyed pairing it so much with the Pro Glow Concealer. More on concealers in the next video, but that is what I'm wearing today. I've got this foundation on, I've got the Pro Glow Concealer on, and it's just, the finishes of both mesh so well. And I know the category is light to medium coverage. This is definitely medium. It's a very strong medium coverage foundation. Let's talk full coverage foundations. In this category, what I identify as full coverage is something that brings you close to, if not totally, to the place of having concealer optional skin. Like it's totally going to even out the freckles, the discoloration, dark spots. It's gonna even do some things on your under eye. Just the fullest coverage. And I mentioned that L'Oreal in their Infallible line, they have a really full coverage one, and I have liked that. And I think it can be worked with. It's great applied with a beauty blender because it needs some working into the skin. It needs some TLC as you apply it. But something that I think is a bit more of a no-brainer, easy to just pick up and use for anybody type classic liquid foundation that is so full coverage is what Maybelline has just put out. And it's the Super Stay Full Coverage. I have this right now in warm nude. It's on the verge of being a little dark for me, so I think I'm going to, in the very near future, pick up a lighter shade. But the coverage with this is spectacular. And it really doesn't require any specific method of application. If you want to use your fingers, you could use your fingers, still get full coverage. Use a brush, you'll still get full coverage. Use a beauty blender, you will still achieve full coverage with this product. I don't feel like there's one rule or one you gotta do it this way type strategy to making this work. It's pretty user friendly, it's a highly accessible drugstore product, and it will cover your stuff, okay? Now the high-end product that I have to give major props to here because it's got the coverage, and just like the other one, it's got the great staying power too. It's the Urban Decay All-Nighter. I'm putting this right up there in the same conversation as my Estee Lauder, the fullest coverage, the total cover that could even cover my melasma. This will do that. It's very matte, it's just the fullest coverage stuff. I've had really good results with the staying power on this. While I consider both of these most definitely full coverage, this one might just go a little bit further. Again, if I've got any video with a full review or an application of these products, it will be linked below so you can check out more info. Category number 5 in this video is stick foundations. And I do not have a drugstore favorite that I'm going to put in here because my real drugstore favorite is not available. Like, I checked e.l.f.'s website recently. They have a great stick foundation formula. It's fantastic, but you go on their website, it's like completely sold out. I don't know if they're on the verge of bringing it back, repackaging it, reformulating it somehow. I don't know what the plan is, but they had a really phenomenal stick foundation, but I'm not going to include it in the video because it's not something anybody, as far as I know, can get their hands on right now, unless you already just got it in your drawers. But among high-end brands, it seems like stick foundations have been a huge thing over the past year. I've seen so many new ones get released. I've tried them all. Several have worked really well. I think a stick foundation is handy, it's easy, it's quick. You can kind of just put the coverage where you want it and just go with it. But I found one that I think has the most flawless staying power, coverage. I would call it medium to full coverage depending on how you want to build it up, and just this kind of velvety pretty look on the skin, and it's the Hourglass Vanish Stick. I have this in nude right now. This is another thing that might suit me a little bit better in the summertime shade wise, and I could go for something a bit lighter right now, but it's so gorgeous across the skin. Sometimes the issue with stick foundations is that they work really nicely on one part of your skin but not others. Like, it might be fine spread all over my face, but then once it gets up around my eye area, it's clinging and not looking so good. This looks good everywhere on my skin. And it's had some competition. I mean, I'm thinking of the sticks from Besame and Tarte. And NARS actually has a foundation stick that is probably closest to this in terms of being a favorite, but this is definitely a clear winner for me in the stick foundation category. And the last thing in this video that I'm going to talk about is setting spray. I wasn't really sure where to toss this category, so here it is. I've got a drugstore and a high-end favorite. High-end, gonna go with the Urban Decay All-Nighter. For staying power's sake, if you're really just looking for something that locks in the look, this does a really good job. So does D-Slick too. If you're super oily, think about D-Slick, but just for the masses, I think Urban Decay All-Nighter is a great one to try. I think if you get on Sephora and you just wanted to try this in a smaller size, I believe they do sell it in something smaller than this big old 4-ouncer here, but it's proven itself time after time as a really good setting spray. Now, my drugstore favorite kind of has a little different function for me. I'm not saying it doesn't help the staying power, but it gives me this look of real radiance right after I put it on. I feel like I reach for this when I just want the look of powder to disappear from the skin and I just want to look like super glowy and nice. And you know I love my Hard Candy Sheer Envy Primer Mist. I really think that's a quality product. You've heard me talk about it in countless favorites videos and stuff. But what's winning me over truly this year is the Mario Badescu, the facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. It performs basically the same way on my skin as the Hard Candy, but I can't get over the scent with this. I love the way this smells. It's kind of like this spa-like, just nice experience. I'm all stopped up in my nose like sinuses, but I can still smell this. It's so fresh. It's a great way to revive your look maybe throughout the day. They make a great rose mist as well, but something about this scent, y'all know if you've tried this, like, it's so refreshing. I absolutely love it. I think it's a great thing, and I don't know if people widely consider Mario Badescu's line to be drugstore, but this is $7, so I think it's well within the scope of being a drugstore price range product. And that, my friends, wraps wraps up day 1 of the Emily Awards, Primers and Foundations. I hope you got some info you were looking for in this video, and I'm excited to bring you day 2 tomorrow, and that is going to be concealer and powder. Lots to talk about there, lots of great favorites. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. My true love gave to me. Talk to her, show her the Barbies. We need to show people that a light bulb is going off. Like,
how many videos?